Still with us? And now we move on to one of my personal favorites, because Ross and I have in common a love of talking back to the radio and taking pictures. But I think he's the only person who talks to CBC radio more than I do. Ross Brown of the Brown Noser is becoming a fixture at Blog Out Loud, but it's only because his writing is so darn good. Over on his blog, The Brown Noser, Ross isn't afraid to get personal. His stories often tell tales from his past, from his thoughts as a child, as a teen, as a young man, and today as a husband and father. As a photographer myself, I love to see Ross's view of the world. And this year he's pushing himself outside his comfort zone by asking 100 strangers on the street for a quick portrait on the go. And let me tell you, that is way harder than you think it is. No matter how hard you think it is, it's way harder. I think I got to 3 and I said, yeah. But Ross is taking it on, like so many other challenges. His online world is all about friendship and relationships, and what it means to be a part of this world, how we relate to each other, and what his role is in this crazy stuff we call life. It is my great pleasure to welcome to the stage, Ross Brown.
Thanks, Anne. I promise I won't make anybody cry tonight. I think I'm actually the comic relief tonight. So my blog post that I'm going to read out tonight is called Ring of Remembering. It was my dad's, purchased by my mother. When they divorced, my mom asked for it back, held on to it, thinking I might want it when I was older. It was a gift on my 16th birthday. I'm not one for jewelry. I don't wear anything around my neck or wrists. Even watches feel uncomfortable and are not found on me often. And before my sweet 16, I never wore a ring. This one is beautiful. Made with both yellow and white gold, a thin, shining white strip in the middle, somewhat sunken. The yellow gold around the edges, a vine-like pattern etched on each. It's both simple and complex, and fully elegant. It's one of the nicest rings I've ever seen. When I received the ring, I knew I couldn't wear it on my left hand. I wasn't married. At 16, I didn't even have a girlfriend. And so it went on the third finger, next to my pinky, on my right hand. You know, it went on a lot easier last time. Damn the weather. When my classmates noticed it, I joked that I was indeed married. It was an arranged marriage to a German woman who was living overseas with her family until I was able to move out of my parents' house and own a home of my own. Germans, I told my friend, wore wedding bands on their right hands. They bought it. Not really. I had to have the ring resized. I wish I had it resized tonight. Because my dad had big fingers, whereas mine were more like my mother's. I had it sized not too small so that I still had room should my fingers grow, but not too large so that it wouldn't slip off. The jeweler who did the work was an expert, and there was no telling where the cup was made. Over time, as my finger grew used to the band, the skin made a mark. The summer sun left a tan line. I grew so used to wearing the ring that when it was off my hand, I noticed. I can read. There you go. And so I needed to, if I ever needed to remember anything, I would slip the ring off my right hand and place it on my left. It would feel so foreign on my real wedding finger that I would always remember whatever it was that I had to remember. It was better than tying a string around a digit. And when used this way, I called it my ring of remembering. When I was engaged, for real this time, my fiancée and I, who's now my wife, chose her wedding band with both yellow and white gold. It's not a perfect match, but one that showed continuity. My ring was the only piece of jewelry that I felt comfortable with, and we were happy to keep it on my hand. But from the moment where we were officially engaged, I removed my ring, gave it to her, and told her to keep it safe until the wedding, when I would wear it again as it was meant to be worn. The wedding day was perfect. The day that threatened to bring torrential rain and thunder was sunny and beautiful. Our ring bearer, only 3 at the time, carried our rings with style. Vows were made, poetry read, music played. I slipped the new ring on my bride's finger. She slipped my old ring on mine. We kissed, and the ceremony was over. And all through the wedding photos, through the receiving line, through the dinner and speeches, through the entire evening, I had the strangest feeling that I had forgotten something. But I hadn't forgotten anything. That was the power of the ring of remembering. Nowadays, when I need to remember something important, the ring changes fingers, goes from the left to the right. And I remember.
I wanted the Lord of the Rings reference to come.